Yeah, it's like a system. It's like the same way a star gets awesome before it just sinks in on itself.
Explodes. Exactly.
He was very fast.
Oh no!
I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And three,
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know, yeah, you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying
Yes.
anything
Oh,
specific,
interesting.
But like
Yeah.
just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so
So-
we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great.
No.
This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go have a piss. Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy boozy, and
Uh-oh, got a fart. This chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait.
John.
Hey.
Oh no! Oh no! Everybody else, hey,
Hey.
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were
No.
getting music. Oh, I thought you were just
Kind
getting
of how
music.
my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
the ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that
Oh.
is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
I got what has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." You're like, "No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it." They're like, "No, we got to break this. We got to break this."
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update, not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the four Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Oh,
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single,
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tweeting
I'm
after
so
your
sorry.
dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bed.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
How did you
I'm not
spell
one's not enough.
What
You go for two. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunchy.
And then oh Jesus, boom. And so so when I emerged, I went to kiss her and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful.
That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, he can't tie me out now. I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice.
Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, that you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Marioleine's got pink eye. She touched her and all.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the governor general of
thank
this
you.
stream.
God damn it, guys. I took Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? 2 screens. I want to have 2 screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Paul and I were walking through the park, and we walked past the tennis courts. A ball had gone over the fence. Paul went down, grabbed it, threw it over, and the young woman who was playing said, "Thank you, sir."
Oh,
Ouch.
Right, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fucking take over this fucking festival, and you're not gonna fucking stop me. Why? All these fucking robots are all around the fucking city, right?
yeah.
Don't knock a spit roast till you try it.
Just hang on.
Like-
Can you just keep going? Make an appeal right now for us to stop this whole thing. Go ahead, Tom.
I think we should see Paul's face for this. There's gonna be tears.
No, your junk in the trunk is not as prominent.
No, the
Make
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Oh my God, are we? We are not muted.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a Chris and John show with Shoddy Tech. What is it? What is it? Up until March of 2021.
How's it going?
Very good. I experimented with waking and baking today, Christopher, and I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes, not a fan. The rest of it has been a real wet and wild journey, but very fun. Yes, Blaze at 420 coming into the chat. It does look exactly like Beth's just got out of court. As someone who has stood in front of the courthouse for that reason, that's exactly what it looks like coming in from Blaze at 420. And we're reading that because we want to say hello to our podcast listeners. Hello, podcast listeners. Thank you so much for downloading the show. There is over 100 of you guys. And analytically speaking, I think that means that's a different audience than the people listening to us or watching us live on Twitch, which is crazy to me. Because when you really break it down, that's a lot more people than really should be listening to men pretend to be Howard Stern, but in 2021. You know what I'm saying? And smoking. I like this.
Not far off. We're back. It's old school Bets. He's smoking on stream. Yeah, there's I had lunch with these guys that run a podcast studio in Vancouver today, and I mentioned that we do this 5 days a week, and they both looked at me like, "What? Like, why?" And I was like, "Oh, we're doing a TV show. We're like a night show. That's it. It's talk radio, baby."
Yeah, it's Sally, Jesse, Raphael. If those were 3 different people, and most of the conversations were about mental health, or Ashley's. She's not here, but I'm just going to say it. Absolutely, like, at memorable medical history.
Memorable is a good way to put it. It sticks with you. You don't forget.
Here was the thing with being stoned. On a day like today, it's been all talking. It was just all talking, and I haven't had a day off. I realized I did that thing to myself, which I love doing, which is just no day off since I got back from Dubai, and there isn't gonna be one for a while. And I think I just needed to I gotta do something so that I'm free. And I'm just like, no, you just made working slightly more irritating. Also, if I look down to your the personal screen, by the way, it's just very close up on your face. So like, it's very intense.
Yeah, I look much closer than I am. I try to stick to the day off thing, but it's getting harder now that I'm gigging again, because Fridays and Saturdays there's shows. And so no, sorry, boss. And so as a result, I don't get days off anymore. Like this week I'm doing obviously no days off. I've got 4 shows over the next few days. I'm going to be living in 3 cities over the next 4 days, and then heading back to Victoria to do this on Sunday afternoon, and then a show Sunday night in Victoria as well, and then back at it on Monday. So I was like, I just went head first. Here we go.
I mean, and even like with looking at my London trip, like I'm gonna have to buy a dongle, and the amount of these shows I'll be doing from outside of comedy clubs. But I'm just like, I don't want to stop doing this. but it's also like, oh, it's back. But I also think that this is also good fuel for You know what I'm saying? Where it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of trade-offs. So I'm going, yeah, it's good.
It's definitely helped me because like on the days that because I don't know many people in Victoria yet, so like I don't have anyone to hang out with, and so if it wasn't for this and my day stream, which by the way, sorry for not making it to that, I was on a boat in the middle of the ocean trying to cross from an island to the mainland when I would have been doing my crossword stream. If it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have talked to anyone all day, most days since I moved to Victoria. So it's also nice for stand up for that.
Chris Betts cross the Tagumi. Name of the song.
The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I just always think of it, and they call it Tagichi Gumi. Hey, they know. I love that. Diamond Guys coming on the chat. If someone steals Chris's phone, is the pressure on them to keep streaming? Don't think I haven't thought about that as someone who had their phone ripped off their head while he was speaking to their favorite uncle.
Yeah.
On the day their grandmother died. Oh, wait. Kimmersby coming in with an important question. I don't know.
Yeah, Sarah asked that in the Discord. I said we'd talk about it and figure it out.
We already went through this once where because we ended up having I don't want to do the show at any other different time. That's my stance on it.
But it is a different time though, because it'll be a different time for Ashley. So no matter what, one of us is shifting. Either she's shifting an hour early or we're shifting an hour late.
Oh, I totally forgot about then I'm actually fine shifting an hour late.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Yeah.
Here's the weird thing is I don't know how I knew going into this. I'm like, I'm going to end up agreeing to this. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. The only person who's okay, let's go into the chat. Where are you? Are you in a haunted train station?
Oh, is it that loud? I can move. I'm outside the Vancouver Public Library because I love it here.
Oh my god!
And also,
I do love that public library. That public library is very good, very
Best
good.
place to poop. Yeah.
Also, if you've ever seen Battlestar Galactica, a fair amount of scenes take place in and around the Vancouver Public Library.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched Battlestar Galactica. I keep hearing it's amazing, and I've never gotten around to it because it's 9 seasons.
No, it's 5 seasons, I believe.
Oh, okay, that's doable.
And you move. It's very watchable. There's one episode that is the worst episode. It has much like The Wire has some. You're like, all right, peaks and valleys. Battlestar Galactica has one episode where you go up you like it's so fucking bad.
Yeah. I'm listening to a podcast about The Wire right now, and it's like an episode by episode breakdown by Jamel Hill. I don't know if you've heard of her. She does a bunch of very cool reporting and writing, and it's fun because they're like, The Wire is the best show of all time, and here are the things that we hate about it. And one of them that they pointed out that I'd never really thought about, but as soon as they said it, I was like, of course. You know, early on where that witness gets killed, and then they bring in D'Angelo to into the investigation, and then he writes the letter to their kids, and both of them are like, no guy that's been on the street for his whole life and was just on trial for murdering a guy is going to write a letter that incriminates himself to the family of the dude that was killed on his behalf. And I was like, oh yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. That's a missed point.
I mean, you'd say that, but like people do really stupid shit, man.
That's true.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, but it's also like criminals are dumb. That's the always shocking thing is like they're really stupid people.
Yeah, apparently that's why Putin hasn't been able to really lock it down in the way that he'd like, is because he has to keep imprisoning all the smart people, and all that's left are like selfish thugs. So every time he tries to like lock someone down, normally they've sent all their money overseas already. All their families are already gone. They've got new passports. Like, because smart people are way ahead of him because the people he hired to chase them are fucking idiots.
Yeah, no, and it's also, yes, it used to be the Hastings Literary Institute. Vancouver's a real stroke of the ego for old John. Another district filled with junkies named after me.
Ooh. Oh, I walked down East Hastings today. Woof. They've done nothing.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, gentrification.
Damn. It's nasty out there.
What were you saying before the public library thing was discussed?
I don't remember.
God damn it.
Oh, the Wire, you mean? About criminals and then being dumb and the Putin thing?
Criminals being dumb, Putin. It's like this fascinating thing is as you're like everyone's realizing like, like Russia is sort of a threat, but they're not the actual threat in world politics. China is, and Russia's sort of been positioned as a paper tiger, and they're like in financial straits. There's a lot of opposition to them. It's almost like the CIA fomented distrust and opposition towards him as a fuck you for 2016, which is even funnier, which is like they've now done like a crazy amount of Justice Department investigations, and they're like actually didn't have that much of an effect. It just boosted a signal that was already there, and you're like, it's even scarier. So this was not even, they didn't think about it, they just rode the wave. Good God.
Yeah, but they're also like, they go in and they fund a lot of these guys as well. So it's like there's this stuff of I'm just going to move to somewhere that's less sort of trafficky.
Chris, I really like how it feels like you're about to give us that Blair Witch speech. I'm so
just I don't know where anyone is. And
it is
there's
really sad.
There's
Those
a
actors,
spooky tiny statue.
you would think that those actors would have gone on to bigger and better things. Like they were in that movie made a gazon-killing amount of money and is so good.
Do you think the actors only walked with their like $150 fee for doing a student film?
That's what I feel like happened. Like something so depressing like that.
Yeah. They were like, it's like the I read that the creator of Squid Game was he was giving an interview. He's like, I'm not that rich. It's not like Netflix gave me a bonus. They just bought my show for not that much. And then it was amazing, which I knew, but no one's like paying me more to do it.
The thing he's not saying is the next thing he does is going to be hello.
Oh yeah,
daddy.
Oh yeah, the next one. I mean, they're already doing season 2.
Yeah, and you know everyone's going to make a bit more cheddar cheese on that.
Yeah,
and then or depending on what their deal is, but who knows? It's one of those things also where it's like I don't know. It's also going to be so flavor of the month. Like season 2 will cut. Like I can't describe to you when does anyone remember when Stranger Things was out? It was like literally what people discussed for a month, and then it's kind of been like, oh yeah. Since then, like that's what Squid Games is going to be, and is what like Netflix has those shows where it's like, this is the most amazing thing until the next thing we binge.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, I mean, part of the reason that both of those were so big is because either we haven't seen this in so long, a la Stranger Things, or we've never really seen this before, this stylistically, which is Squid Game. You know, I mean, Korea's been making stuff like that before, like it's sort of battle royale-esque, but with sort of classism built in.
There was that very graphic, like Old Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Old Boy. That was that was a pocket in time of you would go. There were a lot of men doing cocaine and watching Old Boy in Montreal around 2008. A lot of raw denim bros.
Yeah, that was a moment. Like everyone that I knew was raving about Old Boy. I never watched it because a friend of mine just told me the ending. Was just high and was just like, "Here's this," and I was like, "All right, fine, I guess." It was stupid, and as soon as he did it, he was like, "I'm such a fucking idiot," and I was like, "You are an idiot, but I love you anyways, and it's just one movie that I won't watch, and that's fine. I'll probably watch it eventually. I'll never forget the ending, but apparently it's a fucking phenomenal film. So
yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
I was more of a Raid fan myself. Oh, look at Vancouver does really look like Vancouver. It's like it's such a Canadian city. How close are you to a Hudson's Bay right now?
5 minutes.
Welcome to Canada, everybody.
I'm on Robson right now, baby. I'm gonna head over to the stadiums because it'll be a little bit quieter there. I forgot how loud Canadian cars are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They've got like there's a lot of like over here that the UK doesn't fuck with necessarily.
Yeah, look at how wide those streets are. My God, they would have put 11 houses just in that road.
I'm on like a normal road and it's 4 lanes.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that space. Look at that social distancing.
9,000 people would live in that area in the UK.
Just a couple of quick things coming in. Richard Wright is joining us. Hello, Richard Wright.
Hey, Richard.
We all love Old Boy. What a director. Spike Lee. Am I right? Yes, Spike Lee, evidently.
Josh Brolin. We all just looked right past that for Josh Brolin. We didn't mind.
Yeah.
We just love him so much. We all just went,
It's
that's
like
fine.
the Sylvester Stallone Get Carter, where we all kind of went like, all right,
Yeah.
we're going to ignore
Don't worry
that.
about it. Yeah, it's okay, bud. We
I
love
think
you.
I will
We know
say,
you'll be back.
in terms of Michael Caine, that he may be the coolest smoker ever in that movie. Like that movie is a cigarette. I don't think I could. I'm strong enough to watch that movie right now because I would watch. I would smoke the shit out of it.
That's definitely a thing. I've noticed that where like if I'm sitting in my apartment and I'm watching something and someone pulls out a cigarette, I'm like, ooh. And I hadn't been thinking about it at all, but as soon as it pops up on screen, I'm like, that does look nice. And I've got my little balcony right there.
Oh,
Hot damn.
And
Yeah.
speaking of little balconies, she likes to sit on them when she's composing her poems. Please welcome poet Ashley Manning. Hello, Ashley Manning.
I'm a poet now.
Yeah, and you didn't know it.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Oh, he did it. That rhymed.
Thank you,
John, that
pranked.
rhymed.
Chris is joining us from a 90s music television station where they do a lot of real guerrilla filming.
That's fun. I did forget you were going to be out and about in Vancouver today.
Yeah. So I'm here until my phone dies, basically.
Great.
Yeah.
How long do you think that's going to be?
I think a while. I got
Hmm.
about, what do I got? Oh, maybe not as long as I would have liked.
I knew it. I was going to
yep.
tell you this right now. Let me tell you who does not keep his phone charged. That bearded fuck right there. That's a man who's just. Did I plug it in last night? You're insane.
Yeah, that's true. It was fairly charged, but then I had a video meeting while I was on the ferry, and that ate up a surprising amount of it as well. So
all of this is.
So,
I
yeah.
would expect that to eat up some battery.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's
yeah.
terrifying is
Oh no.
we all know I got pickpocketed in Spain, right? I had no purse.
Mhm.
So the whole rest of my holiday and all the way home, I was relying on Google Pay on my phone.
Yeah.
I had no way of getting cash. And so I made the mistake of not making sure my phone was fully charged before I left for the airport in Spain.
Oh no.
And it had everything on it. Everything, my flight information and just everything that I needed to pay was all on my phone. And I made it home with 7% battery.
Oh my god.
Bearing in mind as well, I was flying into Edinburgh, so I needed to be able to pay for a train to get from Edinburgh to Glasgow as well. And it was just
And no charge points along the way.
Yeah, did you have a charger?
No, I couldn't find a charge point the entire time.
Oh, once you got to Edinburgh, though, you could have found a Starbucks. They're out there.
I got in at 11 o'clock.
Oh, damn.
It was
Oh,
late.
Chris, you're on my
Everything's
street,
closed.
Beauty Street. You're on my street, Beauty Street.
It is. It's beady. Oh, wow.
I
Yeah,
want you to know
that's,
this right now, Ashley. I carry a second phone when I'm traveling, so that can't happen. Like a literal, it'll be in a charging case. It will be fully charged. The charging case will be
I
fully
actually
charged.
have a battery
all-
pack that I need to just get into a better habit of charging and using.
This is mind melting. At all times, that phone is at peak charge. So
I
what
wasn't
you just said
expecting to
never
get
happened.
robbed.
Even still, this is not even to do with your robbery. I'm just letting you know, I couldn't have even gone close to that airport without the amount of preparations I would have had. Oh,
I know.
It would have been
No, don't get me
mad.
wrong. I'm completely agoraphobic, and it was the most stressful journey I've ever had.
Hmm.
But I couldn't really do much about it. That's just what I ended up in. But I just didn't. I still had about 70 odd % when I left. So I was like, oh, that's plenty to get me home. But I just wasn't clocking.
Does anyone feel like if you just isolated us talking, both Chris walking, it's like the shooter heading into the ball game to cause the terrorist act? Like we're the two voices in his head driving him crazy. And then this is him. This is just he's just walking up to just do that thing that makes him feel look, he's even going down to get the bomb out. You see what I'm saying? This is not.
Yeah.
I am at a stadium.
See?
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh, no. One last one before I go.
Oh yeah. Got to think about it. I am not monitoring the chat coming in from Richard Wright. Oh, this is a poetry stream now. unsubscribe from Bearded Owners.
Yeah,
We are-
that's the right reaction.
ASMR. Yeah. Yes, John, that's dyspraxic brain. We have to think that from years of bad times. I don't remember what I said, but I'm sorry, buddy.
That's how stressed you were by my story.
Oh yeah. That's I couldn't.
I'm equally as stressed. Don't worry. Like it terrified me. I'm the person that cannot close my front door unless my keys are in my hand.
You want to hear my fucking this is the greatest move I've ever pulled, which is also greatest gig I've ever done, which is I flew from Montreal to Edmonton back to Toronto same day. Yeah, the best.
Ooh.
But on the way, dropped my phone and the screen flew out of the other part of the phone casing, and that had all of the information I need. Like literally, it scanned my ticket. Then that happened. Get on the airplane, get on the Wi-Fi. Edmonton has a service where someone will come to you to fix your phone. They were giving me a hotel room. Get ready for this, change in. But I had to like send him an email and basically describe myself and be like, I will be in the lobby between this time and this time. I have possibly no way of checking my emails when I get there because I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is. Because like Canada's weird with sometimes hotel Wi-Fi, they're like, no, we don't have it, or it's like super shitty or whatever. So I gave him a time and I arrived, went down, and the guy like showed up and was like, John, got your email. Let's do this. And literally fixed my phone in the lobby. It was the greatest moment of my entire life. Greatest moment. And
That's amazing.
Went upstairs, took a shower, put on a suit, went and did the gig. Immediately from the gig, taxi. It was so good. I saw the taxi pull up as I walked out. It was like a long walk through a parking lot. Smoked a full cigarette, got in the taxi uninterrupted, boom, to airport, straight through security, on airplane, back in Toronto.
That is
come
slick.
the fuck on. Oh, the best.
Did that service cost much for him to come to you? Because whatever it was,
It's got to be at
sounds
least
like
like
it was worth
$150
it.
bucks.
75. I think it was $75 to $95, and I've used it in LA many times since, and we're talking $45. Come on.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's sort of like FedExing bags. When you find out actually how cheap that is, you're like, oh, why haven't I not been doing this the whole time? Like one of the best treats to myself ever, which is after the 2019 Edinburgh Fringe, I just shipped all my bags back to LA, and it was such a I will just travel with a one backpack. It was great. I had to buy underwear at one point.
Did I tell you I had a bag that was being shipped from London, and I found out then that the buzzer in my building doesn't work. So I got a message from UPS, and they were like, we tried to get in, and I was like, so I called up my landlord, and she's like, I have no idea what that problem is. She's been great. She like came to Victoria to try to fix it, and she's like, it's not under my name for some reason. It's under this weird other name, and it's not the number of the apartment. It's like a random number. So yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Also, got a bill from BC Medical Services. Didn't realize that you have to pay for that now. $1,000 straight out the gate.
For what?
Shit.
I guess for a year's coverage. I guess you got to pay like a premium now.
I hate that. That reminds me, by the way, I need to re-up my medical insurance. By the way, guys, make sure if you live in the US to get insured, because if not, I'll tell you, there wouldn't be a Twitch stream going on right now because all of my savings would have been spent on repairing this arm, and that would have destroyed me.
My parents, it's the one thing that they will keep up until I can afford to pay for it myself, is that I still have private international health insurance. Just because I'm me. And they're like, this is an investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we have some I know we have some new viewers. Let me explain. Ashley's like the Red Skull in that she's just basically a bunch of different Nazi experiments held together with gusto and fourth wave feminism. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
But like
it.
new Nazi-inspired experiments. It's not like she was in the bunker, and they're like, we're all you could afford.
I'm basically Captain America.
Yeah,
if he went wrong.
You're Stormfront minus the views. That's a niche pull right there.
Wow.
I don't get that one.
From the
Good.
boys.
Good.
Amazon Prime show The Boys. It's one of the more
Oh,
phenomenal.
I did actually watch that. Well, I watched like a couple of episodes and hated it. So
It's a lot
I
of
didn't
it's
like
a lot of men being gross. Not a
Yeah.
show for you. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's really not a
Yeah,
show
yeah.
for me.
They get their come up.
It is called The Boys with a Z.
There's no
So
Z. There's no Z. It's
Yeah.
just an S. You've added
is it not? Oh, it just seems like a Z kind of show.
It does,
Hmm.
doesn't it? It really seems
Yeah.
like it's a Z, even though
Yeah.
it's not. It you feel it.
Yeah, it's in graffiti. It's a Z. In its heart, it's a Z. You know?
Did you enjoy it though?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking hated it so much.
But I love all that comic book nonsense.
I
find it
like
very
comic
fun.
books too, but that was a stretch.
I'm not talking about fucking Archie comics here. We're talking about adult comic books where men are
like
saying fuck a lot. That's how you know we're on the air. There's a polar bear in it inexplicably. Come on, let's get to it, huh? Let's be tough.
Hyper violence. Clap, 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 clap.
Beardy Noise.
Yeah,
I know
don't diss
Riverdale's grown up.
Riverdale.
It is pretty goddamn intense. Good God.
I caught up on
Um,
it this week, and it's so much.
I mean, I found out one of my nephews is really into the Outer Banks. Also, it's so weird that I've known Chris only to be bald and still jarring when you see that he's bald. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it catches you off guard every time.
It's pretty shiny. It's pretty shiny. It's very smooth, recently shaved. Ooh,
Yeah. You do have a real hobo look going on right now too, just like leaned up against something that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and look at the size of my bag. It's so heavy because I'm gone for the better part of a week.
Sorry,
So it's like,
there's a dog behind you.
can you see it?
Oh.
Aw. Here, boy. Coming in from Richard Wright Entertainer. By the way, if you're listening to the podcast, want to join us live, that is Sunday through Thursday, 2 to 4 Pacific, 10 to 12 Greenwich Mean Time. Untitled Twitch stream, twitch.tv/untitled Twitch stream. Coming in from Richard Wright Entertainer. If they don't eventually do the Archie versus Predator comic in Riverdale, then they're cowards. That, my friends, it's gonna win the. That's gonna be the first show to EGOT.
I want that just for Jughead doing the lines on his cheeks, just getting ready for the kill.
Does anyone else think about Chasing Amy a lot? That movie is fascinating and I will bring it back to Archie Comics in a second, because Chasing Amy was so like cutting edge, so on the right side of history, and it's like history past it, and it like went the other way. It's so fascinating where it's like, I remember when this was so right on. Like, it's so fascinating, and people don't remember that, where it's like, no, the reason why you feel like this is too much now is because you didn't realize that what we thought was accepting was actually very insulting, and we have to grow and learn. And it's just, I think about it all the time. The reason why that came up is they have the very funny discussion of Shelton X, or whatever that character's name is, and Jason Lee, and Shelton X is implying that all the characters in Archie Comics are gay, and what Mr. Weatherby and Jughead are lovers. That's why he's the crown. It's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. I'm just really happy with my Wake and Bake logic. I was able to introduce and open and close that loop. I want you to know that is pretty impressive right there. I will be taking an Uber to my shows tonight.
Yeah.
You just earned it.
Yeah, that's right. Take that. Someone subscribe now. So let's get a hype train. Hi.
I gotta, in Kevin Smith's defense, I think it's fantastic that movie has aged so terribly.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because that means that culture has gone forward. So when people are like, because it was ahead of the time, and people are like, oh, this is really brave and sort of like taking a stand in certain spots. And the fact that now those things aren't brave, they're actually retrogressive, means that the culture's moved on. Don't be disappointed in Kevin Smith. He was reacting to his moment. Be proud of the culture. That's a separate thing. That's good news.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that on like a lot of media stuff that becomes outdated. You're like, yeah, it should become outdated. And so should comedy. Like, comedy should age badly.
Yeah, completely. We should look
like
back
the
and
point
go,
of comedy.
whoa.
Comedy has always been a satire. It's always been to keep people in check.
Yeah,
mean,
we're
has it
speaking to
always
the
been-
moment. You know,
I
it's
don't know
about
if
it's about the present.
I don't know if it's always been a satire. Like I think a lot of times, but like, what the fuck was, there were a lot of vaudeville shows were just a fat guy falling down. What was that being satirical of? That was just reflecting.
Well, there was a lot of fat guys that had the audacity to stay stood up.
Yeah, well,
And
I think
they were.
yeah, I mean, I really think that's like, the rich and gluttonous should be taken down a peg or two, and they just did it in a very physical way.
Forgot how goddamn bougie academic the two of you. Actually, I think you'll find that it was a representation of the proletariat's struggle against gluttony in the face of the capital. I think
John's
Jonathan
just mad
Swift
that I
said
used
it
the word
best.
gluttony appropriately.
I'm gonna put on my glasses just so I can push them up. Actually, I think you'll find.
If a fucking foot was launched right there, oh, that would be so just just a swift swish of a Nike. Mwah.
I'm sorry. Comedy is never just falling over.
I mean, Sadaf says the hardest that I laugh is always at someone falling over. She always knows if I'm on my phone, there's like a specific like from my gut laugh, and it's always either someone getting hit in the head with something or falling down. Every single time.
Yeah,
nothing makes me
I
laugh.
a lot at that too, and especially that and like animals doing funny shit.
It's great.
It's just you don't have to think about it. It's so fucking funny, John.
My old roommate Garth, if you showed him an animal dressed as a person, was the funniest laugh. Literally just a man scream crying with laughter and joy, just going, "How did he get that on? Who told him about it?"
That's like a lot of me and my brother's relationship is just sending each other funny videos that like it's just innocent funny videos.
Have you been in a bathrobe this whole time?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't even notice. It's good. Very comfy.
Yeah.
Very comfy.
Oh my god. It's what I
And
just
my
realized
jumper has Stitch on it.
I'm too old for Lilo and Stitch. I missed it.
You're not. Just watch
Have you
it.
ever
It's
seen
great.
it? It's
No.
so beautiful.
Listen.
great.
I
Give it a
can't.
watch.
I can't.
Nope,
there's just
John,
there's too many
nope.
things that get to me at this point.
You have to watch it.
No, I will. But like, also, I watched The Lion King so late in life, and it's just no one's impressed with me.
Boomstickery. Ohana means family, bitch.
I want to know what that means.
Watch the fucking movie then.
Well,
honestly,
watch the movie, man.
it's
It's
also
beautiful.
it's still I watched it recently and it's still as beautiful as I remembered it being. Like it's such a gorgeous,
feel about me
gorgeous
after they
movie.
haven't seen me
Even
for a
just like even if what?
It's how people feel about me when they haven't seen me for a while.
It's such a lovely movie and it's aged really well, but it's also aesthetically it's so lovely. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just the countdown.
You're wasting valuable Bet's phone battery time.
Disagree. I think I think you are wasting valuable.
I always
going and
think that
finding
the
us.
countdown is time well spent.
The countdown is it's such a time to reflect. Also, sometimes feels longer than 30 seconds. Am
It
I the only
really
one?
does. It really, really does.
I watched the first Lilo and Stitch at 36 years old. It's lovely. Oh, interesting. Yes, meatballs. Let me tell you, I tried.
So it like the whole backdrop of it is done in watercolor, and then the cartoon characters are another layer, and so it just looks incredible. The whole movie.
It's
But
very good. I
it's
watched it for the
so
first time in
sad.
lockdown.
Oh,
It's very
What?
sad. Yeah.
it's so sad.
What happened? Well,
It's
no.
beautiful. It's very funny.
It's
Why do you
beautiful.
have to-
It's funny. It's sad. It's weird.
no,
It's like it's
no,
about
no.
like a little alien kid, like
Every
Yeah.
little
cartoon
alien thing.
is
And
It's like,
child
almost like a
services.
puppy and
Everyone
child services and
fuck
stuff.
off.
Yeah.
every cartoon is now this, where it's like you got to see, and it's like, wow, it's like, oh, an alien comes down and then has a bunch of forced abortions and learns a little thing about community after its entire planet is wiped out, and it watches each member of its family actually have a chainsaw. Now the chainsaw is not turned on, so it's just someone slowly rubbing it against their family's necks, and the blood and gristle, and they're talking throughout all of it. And at the end, it's actually you learn something about hope. Like, I'm not watching another sad
No,
cartoon.
Dan.
I'm not. No,
You need to.
But they're all sad.
You
When were
wanted
they not
to
sad?
understand what Ohana means family means.
no, I
So,
don't. I don't.
So
You
beautiful.
said you did.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you know what?
It's
So
And,
people made
beautiful.
the same argument about Facebook, and now it's just creating fascism everywhere. So how about this? I'm right, and you guys all love Mussolini. How about you guys go all praise? Yeah, Mussolini. Yeah,
Il Duce?
Sad little man. You're having a hissy fit over not
Sad
watching a
little
Disney
man.
movie.
Yeah, I think you will find, madam, if my sad little hissy fit cease, this show's down about 60% of its content. So how about you? Fucking
Nah.
stop messing with the production, huh?
Just watch the movie. You're gonna watch the movie and you're just gonna come back in and you're gonna pretend that you didn't say any of what you just said, and you're gonna be your
ironically,
whole
I'm weird-
worldview is gonna
no.
be changed.
I'm weirdly stubborn about when people are like, you have to watch this movie. And I'll be like, I mean, now I think
Now
you will
I
find you are
actively don't.
Yeah, you are
Battle of
incorrect.
Wills.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
you are
lovely.
messing.
That's
Yeah,
all.
It is.
Sure it
It's
is.
lovely.
sad is not the emotion I'm looking for in the description. I'm looking for,
But like, name a
explosion.
classic,
no.
name a classic animated movie that doesn't have sad in it. Like we grew up
Yeah,
with
it's-
Bambi and The Lion King, and
It's
I-
sad
like-
in the same way in that you
I
remember
greatly
it in a
disliked
different
Bambi
way, but
as
then
a
you're like,
child.
oh, but it's actually really sad.
I actively disliked it. Bambi, I remember I would not watch it.
I
you gotta
didn't like
remember,
Bambi either.
you are not even close to prepared for how weird of a kid I was. Went from no talking to full sentences, no in between. That's madness right there.
No, it means you were listening.
that's a weird kid.
No, it's a weird kid. You got to know that.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like,
a weird
you-
one. Not to test out words, not to even be like, Cookie.
No.
Just be like, excuse me, mother, but I think that you are like Il Duce.
I know. Oh my God! So Ashley has seen a movie and John doesn't believe it. Yeah, that's right, Diamond Geyser. I said it. The Aristocats, have not seen that one either.
The Aristocats was my favorite growing up.
That's one of the rare
It's
ones I haven't
so
seen either.
good. It's so good. I love
my-
it. And honestly, the music is so good from that movie. It's excellent.
I'm
And it
gonna
has
say-
Thomas O'Malley, who is a
Oh.
fucking babe. All right. This is something I think I've mentioned before, is that I have a theory that ginger cat-like creatures in cartoons are that there's some sort of underlying conspiracy that they are like the sexy ones.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before because we
Yeah,
talked about
I-
it in the Robin Hood. Fox came up,
Robin Hood,
and
Simba.
I think wasn't
in the
wasn't there
Aristocats,
like a
it's Thomas O'Malley. He knows how to treat a woman. All right.
oh what's the
most
one with the
eye-
dog that
thing.
makes friends with all the like street dogs and cats?
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah, wasn't there like a hot red cat in that one too?
Oliver is a red cat, but he's also a child, so I feel like we can't really include
No, but
him in
I
that.
think there was something else. It was a pretty handsome child though, lucky 15-year-old.
Pretty handsome child.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Bad.
Who
I've
else?
never heard of this show.
Fucking Diego from Ice Age. Oof.
Clifford the Big Red
Oh.
Dog. What about that, Ashley?
hot,
Nah.
so handsome, so
It's,
calm.
it's
Yeah, yes.
specifically like cat-like creatures.
Hmm. So
I
you're
know a
saying the
fox is
dog-
like a halfway
on.
point there, but
Yeah, no, a fox is nothing like a cat. A fox is just a dog that is winning at life.
I would say a fox is like a real halfway point between a dog and a cat.
Ye- A hard disagree. They are 100% within the dog family.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like
gonna need you to explain that, Ashley. I'm gonna need.
Boomstick
Is it because of the
agrees with
cunning?
me. A fox is a dog on cat software.
Broomstick, you're
Okay.
out of your mind. Also, before Chris's phone dies, I'm going to leave and go fill my coffee cup because I need more coffee.
Do it.
That's a good
And then
reason.
and then I'm going to come back and talk more about how Ashley is insane and a fox is way closer to a dog than a cat. Like, do not think that debate rages
really
on
think
without me.
They're similar
can-
to both.
You can think a lot, but sometimes you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those times. Oh, Chris is about to get murdered. All right, you guys, Ashley, formulate your arguments. I will see you back here for the big debate in a
It is
moment.
taking you so long to do everything. Just go.
Are you enjoying the content or are you enjoying the content?
I'm enjoying the content, but I can tell you've wake and baked today.
It's because it's so smoky in here because I'm on fire with charm.
Oh.
If you were a beat, you'd be lento. He
am I wrong that foxes are like cats and dogs?
I don't see it, but like I grew up. Well, no, grew up is the wrong word. I've spent the last 9 years with like coming home and there are foxes on my street, and they're not. I guess they're not welcoming. They're very wary of me in a way that cats often are.
I feel like they have cat-like personalities. You know, they kind of hunt and they're kind of stalkery and sly and you know.
But dogs are also that. Can you give me examples? I'm not seeing it, but I want to agree with you, but I'm not seeing it.
How can I give you an example? It's a fox.
Talk to me from personal fox experience, Ashley. Tell me about your
I don't know,
your fox
like,
research.
They hunt rabbits and they're sort of sneaky and I don't know. Oh, did I do that? Sorry. I don't know. I really thought that this was such a like commonly thought thing that I didn't think I was.
It's the rest of the show now.
Opinion.
It's the rest of the show. And I'm gonna have to go soon because my phone's down to 5%. So you're gonna be on your own with John arguing this.
Oh dear.
Yeah, apparently I heard I was talking to someone about foxes the other day, and they said that there's this farm in Russia that breeds foxes specifically, and they've been like sort of breeding them to see if you can make different kinds of foxes. So they've been breeding the aggressive ones together and breeding the calm ones together.
I don't like this.
Chris, I have to interrupt
you. And so
you.
it's Russia. It's Russia.
Chris, I have to interrupt you. We've just been rated by Questing Time. Welcome, Questing Time.
Questing Time. Welcome.
Welcome to the Untitled Stream with John and Chris and Ashley. Stick around and give us a follow. You are awesome.
We are at 69 views, and I just did the best dance ever. Oh my god!
Yeah. Torgreed, thank you so much for subscribing. You're wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Torgreed. Thank you so much, everyone. Where is that subscriber?
Questing
thank you for the subscription. You're the best.
Thank you for the raid.
Questing, thank you so much for the raid. I hope your adventures were good. I'm gonna have to go because my phone's at 4%, so it's going to die right now. Sorry, team. I'll be back tomorrow. My phone will be so charged. You won't even know. It's going to be so fucking charged.
Actually, I'm going to say this right now. I don't believe him. I'm going to say that he
fair.
will not.
That's
also,
fair.
Chris, I don't think have you had a day where you're part of the stream and then you leave and we continue to stream?
I don't know.
It's a weird feeling. It's very reminiscent of being at the dentist while school is happening. You're like, this is what the world's like during this time.
What am I missing? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
well, have a wonderful stream.
You'll never find
out
what pus bets is.
Oh, pus bets? Is that like piss bets, but like an abscess?
Oh.
Oh, John's favorite word.
And with that, have a great time, guys. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
No, we're not doing more abscess talk. It's not like a cat.
I was just about to go.
No, we're not doing. I'm hard line underneath it. No, ladies and gentlemen, fox versus cat. I maintain it is not like a cat for the variety of reasons. Long dog-like nose, long dog-like features, hair.
I'm not saying it's not like a dog. I'm saying it's like a halfway point between a cat and a dog.
I'm saying it's more than halfway towards dog. Like it's 60 to 70% dog, 30%
but can
cat.
we understand why they're included in the sexy cartoon character vibe, and dogs maybe aren't.
Particularly that Robin Hood character, I
Yeah.
could see, but there's other dogs I feel like you should similar vibe. Like, how do you feel about Lady from Lady of the Tramp? I would say that's a very cat-like dog.
What?
Lady from Lady of the Tramp.
Is not cat-like at all.
Cat-like
It's a-
dog. You're out of your mind.
It's a bloody spaniel.
Yes, but some dogs can be like cats. You know what I'm saying?
No, you didn't think foxes were like cats, and now you're saying dogs are like cats.
I'm saying that in terms of being a dog, that dog is like 1 to 4% cat. In that, and what I did say,
Okay.
and for the stipulation was, I was saying it is not halfway point between dog and cat. That's what my problem was. Not halfway point.
Okay. I'll agree that it's maybe not an exact halfway point, but in
Boom Sickery
terms of
knows
the
exactly what I'm talking about. My Jack Russell is a bit cat-like.
okay. Basically, I think foxes are hot and
I mean,
dogs are cute,
then
but let's not sexualize dogs.
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, Kimmersby coming in.
I don't know why I'm okay with sexualizing foxes and cats, though.
I think it's because you don't have your parents don't have 2 foxes and 2 cats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They have a bunch of dogs that you want to pet, and you don't want to think about having sex with a cartoon version of your parents' dogs. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this portion of the show to be popped in the old description.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Torgreed coming in hot with rating Fox
Rating
comedy,
Fox
right? Beautiful
comedy.
stuff. Coming in
Yeah.
from Stop Sajama Time. So Fox is hot or cute. Well, this is
Hot.
the interesting thing. She is saying hot because they're closer to cats in her mind. Basically, it's close enough. We have lost. I want you to know we have lost half the Raiders right there on this topic, and thank God for it.
This
You can't
topic
we are
is
ride or die motherfuckers,
niche.
and you cannot handle the fact that that woman right there is sexually attracted to cartoon foxes and cats and not dogs. By the way, weird thing is cartoon
Okay,
cats,
give
cartoon
me-
dogs, cartoon foxes,
Give me cartoon.
cats,
Okay.
not real life dogs. That's the interesting thing.
Yes.
So there's a possibility that that woman right there, for the 38 strong individual, powerful of mind and spirit, to understand that this woman may be sexually attracted to real life cats and foxes because of her cartoon turn on. Coming in from
I'd
Dr.
like to
Brain,
clarify that I'm
cartoon
not.
foxes are hot. I'm with you.
Thank you.
You have supporters in
Thank
the chat.
you.
Let's be clear here.
But look, I'm
Not every-
just like, okay, we've got Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley. It's one character from the Aristocrats. You must use his full name because it's sexy as fuck. Diego
How-
from Ice Age.
So you're the
Tigger
self-loving-
from
you're
Winnie
a
the Pooh.
self-loving average
He's
person 'cause you,
like
listen to
turned
that
on.
giant name. You want to bed yourself a posh English boatload, something like Sebastian Montgomery Hubben Hoopenhumper.
He's a street cat. He's an alley cat.
He's an alley
He's
cat
a
by
bad
choice.
boy.
Yes, he is. He's like many. I know many of these type of alley cats. Many a man in a leather
You
jacket who
haven't
you will
seen
find out.
the movie, have you?
No, I have not, but I've hung out with a lot of people that have to say, "Oh, we're going to my parents' house." Just so you know, it's a big one.
Who else is there? Robin Hood, Simba. I feel like it's ginger people. Just, I don't know, is there some sort of ginger animators conspiracy theory thing where they were just
No, I
like,
think you're just. I think
we
you're
need to
so-
own the cartoon realm?
No, it's just imprinted on you in your brain that you should be attracted to the Viking coloring of an invader. You were a person of Irish descent. At one point, you had to make a decision. Are you pro-Viking, anti-Viking? Based on your genetic code, you're pro-Viking. That's imprinted upon you now that you are seeing the invaders of 2021,
I'm
actual
sorry.
foxes and garden cats popping in, and you're attracted to them.
Yeah.
You want to dilute your gene pool. That's what it's saying. You don't want to have sex
You
with
know
your
what
cousin.
it is? I mean, I do this as part of my set, which is that, I've mentioned on here before that I have the old allergy to semen, and
yes.
the thing that I do as part of my set is mention that it's specifically human semen, and I haven't, investigated the possibilities of other species semen.
How much money? Hang on. How much money to do an ultra stream where different
No.
animals semen? 100,000 pounds.
And other people source the semen.
Absolutely. I don't think, and also here's the most scary part. It will only be one. We'll only need to find one guy, but it is one very specific creepy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Patreon.
And I
tier.
don't have to have direct contact with him either.
No, that you need to be in a like sort of a bubble room. I would say I'd want individual sort of like canisters, almost like tubs, like for ice cream, and you have a scooper, and you literally just sort of like with like a squirt bottle, and you just squirt it a bit on your arm. You know what I'm saying? Just let's see what happens. Like, and you're
no,
like a little like a drizzle, like you're making one of those sort
The
of
thing is,
pretentious
this
dish
like
items in a
I
restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
could
A little
die.
Ravel. We'll do it in a hospital. Coming in from Tiger. We know some vets. It'll be easy. Torgreed, I thought a turkey baster was traditional. Great point, Torgreed. We can use a turkey baster.
Can I come back to something that happened in the chat? And I find it really funny that this happens from time to time. But people come into the show who are new, and welcome, and we love you, and click the follow button, and just come and join the Troggies. But my name is a little bit confusing, and new to the stream. Stop Sajama time. Great name. Does Amanda. People think my name is Amanda a lot because it says a man comedian, but it's because, just to clarify, it's because my first name is Ashley, my second name is Manning, and I thought it would be funny to be like, hey, I'm a man comedian.
Also, it's a fun way to do a little commentary on gender in the workplace.
Yeah.
Particularly common.
Maybe I should capitalize it. Maybe that's what I need to do.
I think you should make it longer. You should capitalize it and then bracket Ashley, not Amanda. Close bracket.
But then it kind of messes with the format we all have going on.
Oh, yeah. I do like that we imposed that because I felt like weird. You could just see when I was feeling lazy because I'd leave the same name on because I can't think of an in-joke.
Yeah.
Right
now.
Yeah,
it was like an extra task to think of a joke before every stream.
Yeah. Group sex John. Okay, let's just go with that. That's like, it was like I can't.
Yeah.
It's also the thing of like, I realized it was like before when I wasn't doing streaming, I was like, oh, I sort of rest in the afternoon between 2 and 4. And it's like, I always feel like I'm like, I could have used a nap today. And I realize it's because I put this stream during nap time and I walk away the opposite of rested because these sort of things are said to me, like coming in from Yes Meatballs. I've had an allergy panel done. They put a little of each substance on your back in a grid. And I think women with 40 species of jizz on their back might be terms of service for Patreon. Yes Meatballs. It might have to be a like a pay-per-view sort of thing. I got to tell you, I guarantee if we filmed that and put it on an adult website behind a paywall, we would pay for it in no problem. No time flat.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a message I think I'm going to need to listen to. I've had an allergy panel done. They put a little of each substance on your back in a big grid. I think women with 40 species of. I want to point out, Ashley was sending me something in the private chat, and here's how you know is because I literally read that out 30 seconds ago, and she was focused in on typing what was in the private chat. Great message. Sort of agree, by the way. But so funny. That is the only time you will see the three of us distracted. You know there's a private chat thing happening. This will be like, I agree. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You'd get a lot of money and a lot of complaints for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I talked about my moldy underwear the other day.
I mean, I just did Josh Earl's podcast. I came from that one. I was a bit loose, but I think it came across really good. Because Daddy was trying to take a day off, but not that kind of day off. And I was definitely a bit too high, and that's sort of the best show for it because it's all about truths and lies and just genuine, like, just go with a guess. and like leave your
Mhm.
ego at the door. And it was the most fun I've ever done it, because usually I'm so bad at the game because I don't pay attention. And this time I weirdly was just wanting to like know more. Like Beck Hill, as it turns out, is the most fascinating human being ever. The podcast is out today. Go get it. Josh Earl. Good Lord, boy. Very funny.
What's the name of the podcast?
I can't remember, but I
Okay, just look
I
up
know
Josh Earl.
yeah,
It'll be there.
yeah. Have yourself a little peek at for old Josh Earl. It's wonderful stuff. I also just remembered I'm supposed to send him something that I just didn't send him. Just didn't
Ooh.
send it to him even at
I
all.
think I'm in the process of trying to get my doctor to get me to do an allergy panel, because not for the semen, but for the
Can he throw that
tannins
in though? Could he
allergy.
throw that in though? Like it would be really for
I
us.
feel like I don't know. I feel like if I get a consultation, I'll probably bring it up, because
Oh,
the last allergy reaction I had was so scary that I am actually a bit concerned that that could become an issue if I am in any sexual situations.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's mostly just the way you said the word sexual. That's what really sold it, by the way, is it felt like you didn't, but it felt like you were gonna go like this. Like sexual situations. You know what I'm saying? Have I nailed it?
I think I know what you're saying. There's always a question mark with you.
It's the best we all can hope for. Also, how dare you take that back right now? That's my new character, guy who can't take gentle ribbing. It's called most white dudes on Twitter. Hi-yo.
By the way, actually, I've been thinking about my therapist to challenge me to write something positive all the time. Oh God, yeah, I still haven't thought of anything to write.
Oh my God, it's been days.
I admittedly have been very busy this week, so I haven't thought of anything to do with anything. So, you know,
That's fair. Yes,
I think it's more to do with that than I haven't really taken the time to try and think about anything.
You've been keeping us all abreast of your activities, and I want you to know, yeah, you've had quite a time this week.
Oh God, you
Both
haven't
things-
you haven't even gotten at all like.
Oh my God, what else?
You've
What else
gotten
has
the
happened?
weird shit, but I'm
Did
like,
you
I
also
don't
have
want
a
to. I don't want to
node?
just dump on you guys.
Oh, it's fine. I assume, like, did you not have a nosebleed on top of everything else? That's how I feel like you get it, because you got your period, hemorrhoid, nosebleed.
Oh
bleeding out.
yes, yeah. There was blood coming out of too many parts of me. It was not
actually-
okay.
Does anyone else remember? This is how crazy the last 4 years ago was. Was when Trump was running for president and he was talking about Megyn Kelly, and he said, blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her whatever. Like, thank you so much for subscribing, SoCal. What a time to subscribe.
Thank you
Go on,
for the
Banner.
sub.
Banner, go. I don't know why that banner's not going. Well, there's supposed to be a banner there, but it's being an ass.
It is coming up.
Oh, I just can't see it. Never
Oh.
mind that.
It flickered up a few times there. Is an animal semen allergy bit positive or negative? As in, is it funny or not?
I mean, is it pro
it's
animal or
definitely-
anti-animal? Is that what you're asking?
I make it very like bestiality ish, like yeah, because that's what the bit lends itself to, you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
horrid
take that
and-
as far as I can go.
It's a horrific thing to say. I'm bummed out right now. Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
It's funny on stage. I'm not doing it much justice here.
What in the name of my screen is going so bizarre? You guys are all it was all just squished up there for a second. I don't know what's going on.
That's strange.
It's very weird.
Have you got other things open?
I was actually closing things. Maybe that's what it was. I was getting, because I
Right.
wanted to maintain the internet speed, because it's just the two of us. So if our tech goes
Yeah.
down, the stream's really going to be waylaid. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back in my apartment sooner than later, probably next week.
Oh, are the bed bugs gone?
Bed bugs are apparently gone. I'm going to still throw. This seems very bougie, but I'm going to throw out
Yeah.
my bed.
No, I would probably do the same.
Yeah, it feels very cleansing in a weird way.
I don't think it's weird at all. I think it's exactly cleansing, and that's a logical thing to say.
Like it's weird. I'm not going in because I'm gonna treat myself to a deep clean. Like one of those guys where it's literally like if there was a murder in here, you couldn't even find
Yeah.
it like understood. Like I want like that level of cleaning. There's so many things I have to like buy or unfurl. I got a pink carpet. Oh, it's an absolute
You got
disaster
a
in there.
pink carpet.
Yeah, that's right. A pink shag carpet for my living room.
I love that for you.
It's very fun.
Stop Sajama Time. Thank you so much for the sub.
Oh, stop Sajama Time.
Let's
Can
get you a banner.
Oh, there it is. I can see it
It's
now.
exciting.
I feel very distracted by it because that thing of like I'm excited, but there's still so much admin, and now I feel
Mhm.
like I don't trust the safety of my apartment's been pierced a little bit, so I'm just a little like
I completely get that.
Also, a good friend of ours, Jordan Robson Kramer, sending me a bunch of shitty vinyl covers, like bad vinyl, that I'm going to hang in my bedroom. Very excited about that.
Oh
Found a little-
yeah, he showed us some of those on the show.
I mean, he found some that were turns out worth money, which he was like, "Thank God I did this." I was like, "Fuck
That's
yeah, man!"
so cool.
Reminds me, I have to interact money transfer him. So in Britain they have BACS, which is an elaborate code. In Canada,
Mhm.
just an email and then a weird password that you
Oh.
then give the other person. And you just go for it. It is bizarre.
That's
And in America,
wild.
everyone just Venmos, which is an app on your
Yeah,
phone.
I hear about Venmo on TV.
It is. It has changed going out for no other reason. Now, no one has any way of not just splitting the bill easily. One person pays, divide the bill mathematically. None of this like you pay for individual items. Just split it up all
Yeah.
between you. Let's be adults. It evens out in the end.
Oh, we had I've got a story from my
Oh, bring
holiday.
it, bring it. Oh,
So we went out and it's
pre or post pickpocketing.
pre
So you're, okay, so
pickpocketing.
you're not like vacation angry. You're more like vacation hangry.
Your brain just let you down so much.
Oh my god! Everyone was let down by that. That was embarrassing, but in such a fun way.
So we went out for dinner. This was the night that we all decided to go to the fancy place, and so they do kind of upmarket tapas, and it's really really good food. But you're paying it ended up being 50 quid each, and that was fine. I think there was 10 of us. There was 10 of us.
Okay.
So it was me and my brother, and then it was my brother's kind of core group of friends, and then they had invited 3 other people. And they said that they'd been with these people before. They'd been out with them. They hadn't really had any weird experiences with them before or anything. But when it came down to the bill, I somehow ended up being the person that did the maths, even though I was brand new to this social group. I have that face. I don't like that happens to me. I'm always the person that ends up with the bill.
And I feel like you're also sad at the end. If you're sad at the end,
Nope.
you're way more. What?
Nope. Not at the end.
I also want you to know there was a story unfurling while you're telling this story. So everyone, little trailer after Ashley's story, another story.
Yes.
There's a reason why I'm texting right now that I totally forgot that this is great fodder for stream.
Yes.
But because I'm trying to sense where this story's going.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can probably sense where it's going, but yeah, one of the other people who my brother didn't know very well, sorry, I ended up splitting the bill. I just went, it's 50 quid, everyone. Throw in another £2 each for the tip. So it was like everybody just gets charged £52. That's how we're going to do this. And so I said it to everyone, but I also said I did the really fair thing of being like, is everyone okay to just split it, or did anybody order something less and they feel like they don't want to pay the same amount as everyone else? Because like quite most of us had ordered at least 3 things, you know. But there was a couple of other people that maybe had only ordered 1 or 2. And so I gave them that opportunity. I said it to everyone. I was like, is everyone okay with this? And they all said, yeah. And then I said, okay, so it's £52 each. And everyone kind of goes around. And then I noticed that there was a couple was one of the 3, was part of those 3 people. And so the guy put in 50 quid cash. Most other people are paying in card. He puts in 50 quid cash.
Oh no.
For the 2 of them. And then I spotted that and I said it to them again. I said, it's 50 each. And he just kind of was like, yeah, I know. And so, but didn't like do anything. And then it gets around to them at the bill. And then the waitress goes off and she comes back and she's like, no, this isn't settled. And I said, yeah, that's because they need to pay another 50 quid. It's 50 quid per person. I've divided it by everybody at the table. I also get the feeling that the lady in this couple never doesn't carry a purse.
You know? I know. This is exactly what I'm picturing. A blonde, older British man, works a lot, pecs shoulders so he can hide his gut. Oh.
No, quite young, Irish guy, which is the surprising thing.
I know exactly. No, it's not, because you Irish people have a lot of, shall we say, rascal fuckboys in your midst.
He's exactly that. He was exactly that. And
someone that you know very well is who I'm now picturing. Someone from your country. That's who I'm picturing. You know exactly who too. You have an anecdote that involves this person?
Oh, I know exactly who you mean. Yeah. Yeah. He's probably along the same lines as this guy. But macaroon granola, welcome in. I love your name and I love your little pumpkin. But where was I? My brain is completely fried. So she comes back out and she's like, the bill's not settled. And he's just like, well, how much is left on it? And so she's like, she says something like £36 or something. And so he like he's had a 20 in his hand the whole time, but he's never put it down. He's like waiting to see. And then he takes out another 20. And I just said to him again, I was like, it's 52 each because we were adding on a tip. If you don't give the full 50, they don't get a tip.
Yeah.
And he just gave 40. He just gave 40 quid. And so they were down 10 or so quid, £12 on the tip that we left.
What a fucking... Why couldn't we have picked who went down in the famine? You know what I'm saying? Because that guy's bloodline, just snuff it out. Just whoop, goodbye.
It's just, and I was just like, fucking hell. But then the guy who'd invited them, who's the good friend of my brother, we were talking to him later. He actually went back into the waitress and he just said to her, look, is the bill covered? And is there a tip? Like, he went and checked it out, and the waitress was just probably just sick of us at that point and was just like, no, look, it's covered, it's fine. But he was just like, look, we're not, he said to the waitress, he was like, we're not that kind of people. That was one guy in our party, because they go there a lot. They didn't really want to be like
that table
not allowed to book there again or something.
Invite that guy. Who's this fucking guy bringing?
But he said to us later, he was like, I've been out with him before and he's never been like that. Like, it was just one of those things, But
I bet you
he
what it
was
is the
really
most
pissed off
annoying
about it as
thing.
well.
Yeah, it's someone doing an asshole thing because they are financially like strapped in the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been in those moments, and you're just like,
no, look, the people that I was around down there, they're not financially strapped. Like, it was just that thing of he was just being tight for no reason.
I hate that so much. Like, just be fucking cool, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Don't come out for the meal if you're not gonna. And also, like, I gave you an opportunity to say that you might have ordered less.
Yeah.
And you said it was fine.
I feel like it's yes, people. But the problem is bullying in those situations. It wouldn't get solved because what'll then happen is 3 people be like, "I'll just cover it," and it's like that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's also is like that's the thing is like you have to make an issue out of something that is his fault. It's so it's infuriating.
Yeah. So infuriating.
I mean, you can also do the incredibly passive aggressive thing, and I've done this move, and it actually feels very satisfying. Is you pay it for it, and you go, "Hey, I just covered for you, so
I don't have the money to do that.
oh, it is a privilege to move that.
I
that
have done
move.
it before. I have done it, and oh, it was a comedian group, but you won't know the person. Somebody
Scottish
who like part in the Scottish scene. I don't. Oh, she is Scottish. I shouldn't say she.
She, it's not Daniel Sloss. Noted.
You won't know
bad
this person.
tipper Daniel Sloss.
Kind of turns up to like open mics and stuff, you know. Doesn't actually do stand up, but hangs around a lot.
I like it absolutely, John. That's my approach. Tend to get free beers the rest of the night.
So
from
that
them.
was
End up on top.
the result of the. Well, I want to say it wasn't free drinks for the rest of the night. There was a round bought, like. But yeah, it ended up being myself and Gareth Waugh. Actually, it was like a big comedian night out because of something had happened with a comedian, and we kind of rallied together and made an event thing. Which also you won't know about, I don't think.
Sorry, was it something that happened to Daniel Sloss?
No. I'll type it in the chat. I don't want it to be like something I say out loud.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, so it was like this thing that we all organized a big meetup, and it was just to kind of have an event of some sort. And
I'm going to say it right now. I'm glad I don't have what that person had.
Yeah.
That's
They're
one of those
fine.
Oh yeah,
They're
but
fine.
still, you don't want to have that as a reference point. So when did I have the? And then you're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Also, I came really close to saying it like 40 times.
A comedian was unwell, and we organized a big get together. And then loads of us turned up, but somebody who was not really invited turned up, and we had said previously, it's all
Not
cash. The restaurant isn't taking card, bring cash. And so this person turned up uninvited, hadn't got any cash. We said this from the beginning of the meal,
If you're
and
uninvited, you have to come. You have to never. You are a like. You have to be like the most perfect guest.
Just no, but it's wait, like, because we said it to them from the very beginning, and they kept saying, "Yeah, I'll run up to the ATM in a minute. I'll run up to the ATM in a minute." Just never went. But orders starter, main course, dessert, and drinks. The rest of us all order a meal and a drink. That's it. Like, we're not doing the full 9 yards here. We ordered some food and a drink, because it was mostly just about being there, you know. And so they never went and got cash. Me and Gareth ended up paying like
Absolutely.
30 to 40 pounds each, because we covered the extra amount, because we were just like, let's just get the fuck out of here. We ended up paying 30 to 40 pounds each when the two of us had literally ordered the bare minimum. Like, we shouldn't have been paying more than 15 pounds. And it was just ridiculous. But then, yeah, a few of us went on to a bar afterwards, and they offered a round of drinks, and I'm like, fucking yeah, you will. Like, all the drinks are yours tonight.
Oh my god, this is exactly the move. You go, yeah, next one's on you, and you like, it's also that thing like, no, it's on you, man.
Yeah,
and it's that thing of like,
but then didn't buy another round either, and it's just like, oh,
thing you have to follow up with that other round. It's a hard move.
I fully tried to as well, and somebody else was with me, and he was really pissed off about the whole thing as well, and he fully said it to her, fully had a go, and she still just didn't do much about it. Like, I get that maybe money was tight, but then don't come along and order and make other people pay for you.
Yeah. Also, don't come when you're not invited. You have to be like the most smooth. If you're that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's so weird. what's your story that's been
All right, so
unfolding?
this morning, I left my Japanese friend's house, went for a big
Uh-huh.
run. Just a bit of a stressful 24 hours. Everything's fine.
Mhm.
Just didn't sleep super well, but just went for a run to clear my head. 2 laps around Silver Lake Reservoir. By the way, did it on average time. Haven't really been running since I hurt my back real bad. Hurt a bit of my fitness, but still maintained it, guys. Felt very good about that. And as I was running, I found someone's ID just in the road. Clearly had fallen out of their running satchel of some description.
Okay.
Now, assistance must be made. So I find the guy on Instagram and Facebook and be like, hey, I'm at Silver Lake Reservoir. I have your ID. He's a musician. And I'm like, come on, let's do it. And I'm waiting for him to get back. And I give him, as I'm running, I keep giving him like updates and time codes of like, here's where I'm going to be. Here's where I'm going to be around the reservoir. Then I finally am getting in the car going, all right, I'm going to drop it off at the post office. Let's see if that works. Because we've always heard you can drop things off at the post office and they'll mail the ID to the person. Get this. Walk into the post office, give them the 2 IDs, go. And they're like, I'm like, does this work? And they went, yeah, it absolutely works. This is like a thing. This is a service we offer. And I was like, holy shit. He then messages me, goes, oh my God, it was at the reservoir. Where is it? Like, do you still have it? And I was like, no, it's at the post office. But I gave him the post office address. And I was like, it's probably still there because they do pickups at night, which I know because my mom used to work at the post office. Go get it now. And I said, and update me, let me know what happens. So I may reunite someone with their ID this very day. It's very exciting.
Oh, that's wholesome.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that not anything we were expecting, especially after all of that horrific chat about people not paying their fair share?
I know. Some people are assholes, and then some people are John Hastings.
Gotta tell you, it felt so good. I treated myself to an iced coffee and got stoned in the daytime. And good boy. Got stoned in the daytime. Catastrophizing still very good, by the way, because I got stoned, and then the 10 minutes I didn't enjoy was just me realizing this is my next step is I'd become a full junkie. And I was like, all right, you need to just
I think you have enough of a grip on it. I think you purposely decided to get day stoned. You wanted to try it.
I didn't not like it enough. You know what I'm saying? This is the other problem. And this is something that I could definitely maybe do a bit of. But that's bad idea. It's a bad idea. Or is it?
I have no authority to say either way.
Watch the space. And by that space, I mean me start doing heroin. Imagine I just become a full junkie on the stream. Like that pet influencer. I watched this Vice documentary. I only watched the first 2 minutes, so I'm about to do the worst thing in the world, which is about to launch into an anecdote about something I haven't seen. But evidently, actually, there was a pet YouTuber with a bunch of exotic pets, and she full on became a junkie, went to rehab, and she's back making videos about pets.
Wow.
Isn't that a saga right there?
That's
I really also hope I didn't make that up. I feel like I may have made it up.
You might have made it up while you were daytime stoned.
Let's find out. I want to find out right now. Keep going. I'm going to say pet streamer heroin.
I mean, if I started to see signs of you declining and using heroin on stream, etc., because I feel like you would hide it well. But
her name, by the way, is, oh my God, I've got it right here. Taylor Nicole Dean of PetTube.
PetTube. I'm sorry. Is there a whole channel for pets?
There's more than one, Brohim. I was doing one briefly with Trish Byrne. The Yappy Hour. I really enjoyed that. It was a niche but fun experiment. Did you get addicted because of the horrible pain meds? I assume that's what it was, macaroon granola. I assume it was definitely just anyone getting oversubscribed pain meds. They are now doing like all of the trials and investigations into the Sackler family, and boy, are we finding out they are as evil as we thought, huh? Am I right?
Oh dear.
Holler if you hear me.
I've always had such bad reactions to pain meds that I don't like. I don't know. I take paracetamol very liberally. Like
One of those, huh? There's two type of people on the
Yeah.
planet, and there's the people that are like, I'll take it when I'm bleeding from the entire body, and then there's the
Yeah.
people that are like, better take a paracetamol.
Yeah. I take it, but I take it just because I'm in pain a lot. Like my body's a little bit, dented in places, and so it just I feel like I just need it to get through the day sometimes. I get a lot of migraines. I get a lot of pain. I get I sometimes take it for emotional pain. Like I'm just like I feel like I need
Actually,
this.
may I recommend to you getting stoned in the daytime? I'm
You've
just going to tell you,
recommended it quite a lot. Yeah.
not the worst thing. Also, coming in from Scal 2626, Taylor Nicole sounds like the name of the girl who would get addicted to heroin. I totally agree with you. She
Mhm.
absolutely sounds like that. Oh man,
I think
Gotta
if I
tell ya.
did start to see you decline like that,
you'd hope so.
I would message your mom.
Yeah, just also tell me. Oh god, I also have enough of an ego, and I enjoy working too much. I also like my life so
Mhm.
much for it's one of those things. I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like this is as far as I'd like to go, and also I'm gonna keep the weed smoking somewhat under control because I don't want it to be taken away from me.
Mhm.
And I have, I was able to quit smoking. I can quit it. I could quit almost anything. Because I got news for you. I loved smoking. I loved it, Ashley. It was my favorite.
I hated it so much.
Smoking cigarettes, or the fact that you smoked?
Me smoking. I've not done it that much. I've never been a smoker. I've never bought cigarettes, but I hated it every time I did it. So,
I want you to know I did not feel that way. Also, weed's the best drug anyway. Thank you very much, Boomstickery. Mr. Steve Mooney coming in with, I went to the pub 3 days after having my appendix removed. Didn't bother with painkillers. He's a bad man, that bad. It's Squilky. They just need to legalize it. I'm in California, Squilky. And I'm going to Arizona this weekend, by the way. I may triumphant return to Tucson Laughs.
do you want a horrible story?
About what?
You don't.
Go ahead.
You don't want it. I know
I
you
do.
don't.
I do.
Well, one of the really bad. So I got given tramadol after my surgery. After they weaned me off morphine, which was just horrible. I hated morphine. I hated it so much. I felt completely insane on morphine. But then
Just different people, I guess.
yeah, I just didn't like it at all. As in, I was feeling completely insane, but I kept trying to get more. Like it was immediate addiction. But
That was,
it
by the way,
was
not what I was coming from. Someone didn't like morphine. I mean, I loved it, but like that's so
no,
crazy.
I didn't love it. I hated it, but I was completely compulsively needing more because as soon as the calm down started, it was like the worst feeling in the world. So as soon as any of it left my system, I needed to replenish it.
Again, so
but-
much stuff coming in on the chat. Macaroon Granola is asking, did you ever smoke a corncob pipe? Boomstickery. I loved morphine so much. It scared me. Indeed. And then, oh God, I just remembered finding so much morphine down the back of my parents' bed one time. It was all super expired. That is insane.
Oh.
Was
actually a
Ashley
UFC fighter or a
or a
professional
professional wrestler? It's actually a kickboxer, as it turned out. And Squilky, been on and off tramadol for 3 years, but try to use other methods. Good gravy, Miss
I had
Maisie. You guys
the worst
party.
reaction to tramadol, and they took me off it immediately because they gave it to me after I was on morphine as like stronger painkiller. But so the surgery I had just had, for context, was the surgery on my neck. So my neck had been completely sliced open.
Well, yeah.
And it was all stitched up. And
Party on.
the other thing that had happened was because there was part of me being cut open and removed in there. I had these you're gonna hate this. I had these 2 pipes to drain the blood out that were in my chest. So I actually have 2 scars from that as well. So they were just stuck through my chest. They were not like taped down or anything. They had freedom of movement in and out of my chest. And it was the fucking freakiest thing.
John, get the weed. I want you to fucking know right now. I fucking hate you. I fucking don't. You're not my friend. We're not friends. Avert your gaze when you're in the same social
If
situation.
it helps, I hated
No, it
it
does not.
too.
No, I mean the
I had
fact
to live through this.
only you are a coward. A brave person would have committed suicide after something so horrible as that. Imagine that's how I take. That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life, and
Yeah.
I've heard a lot.
And so I
of
just have
people's
these
shit stories.
bottles
I've
of
heard
my
myself.
own blood next to the bed.
Wait, what? Your ancestors did something. I got news
Yeah.
for you. There is. Your ancestor said the following. I mean, his name's Jesus of Nazareth. Let's just put him on the crucifix. Like your uncle, you have an ancestor that invented the Holocaust. The pipes were put in by her mom, who threw them from a javelin from across the room. I do not have a stomach for body horror. What was the surgery for? A collarbone? Beardy Noise.
No,
Gotcha.
I had my thyroid removed, and along with a big tumor that was attached to it.
Just heard the
So
noise of the tumor against your skin flap coming out, like it was like this.
yeah, I didn't have them for long, and I was pretty stoned when they were in there. But they gave me tramadol. Tramadol made me very, very sick.
That was
And
my
so-
reaction to Frankie Boyle's Tramadol Nights. Thank you. Take that. Take that. Comedian, I think, is so much better than he has any right of being. Such a one of the better comedians in the UK.
Mhm.
Adjusted beautifully, amazing, great political points, beautiful political mind. But I zinged him so hard talking about his
Self-aware.
one seasoned
Mhm.
sketch show. So self-aware indeed. Ashley, have you
Mm.
ever angered a witch?
I must
mean,
have
more
done.
than one.
I must have done.
Yeah, no wonder you're COVID cautious.
But
coming
yeah,
from Boom.
just imagine trying to throw up with your neck all stitched up.
Nope. Ashley, I got some bad news for you. No, absolutely not. Absolutely. There's vomit in the tubes. There's vomit in the tubes. There's vomit in the tubes. Did you ever throw up in the tubes?
No.
I don't believe you. Oh God. Welcome back.
They were tiny tubes, so they weren't
I mean, the
attached
chat is finally
to-
with me. The chat is. Thank you, Torgrid. What is our safe word? Yeah, thank you. I agree.
You
The
should
chat
have
is-
a safe word actually to just get
Oh
me
my
to stop talking about something like this.
I want
What's
my
your safe word, John?
Ashley, I don't want you to tell this story, please. Your medical history is a walking nightmare. You are
is.
like, oh my! I've never enjoyed doing something that so often it feels like my asshole and ball sack are retreating into my body out of pure anxiety.
This is why I'm so easily able to talk about my hemorrhoids and such.
I had. We need half effects for John. That's too long, John. How are you gonna say that through a ball gag? I don't really get that, but
No, I don't get it
oh,
either.
safe word because I'm having rough sex and I need to be able to say it through a ball gag. That's very good. By the way, I
okay.
know one of my friends' safe words. You ever had that where they tell you something? Someone says,
No, I've never been told somebody's safe words. Now it's all I want to know.
I'm going to tell you their safe word right now.
Do I get to know
Coconut.
who it is? Coconut. Okay.
Yeah,
Why do people always choose a fruit for that?
it's very rare to come up during sex.
It's what during sex?
It's very rare to come up during sex. No one's going to be
I
like, "Fuck
guess.
me with your banana." Oh my god! If
Yeah.
that happened, get out. Get the fuck out.
Get out. You got to use your safe word then.
Coming from Beardy Noise, who I knew was going to have some great safe words. I know rhinoceros, and I'm getting really tired of this orgasm. That's very good. Coming in from Yes Meatballs, is the best safe word because you can say it with your full throat. That's very good.
Mhm.
Unless you're having sex with a greengrocer. I like that they're called the greengrocer. It's such an old school way to refer to them. Yeah. Was being
Yeah.
pegged by a greengrocer. Mother kills the mood. Would you like to have a fun Mesopotamian demonology fact? I would like that, Beardy.
Yes, please.
Oh, I'm going to take such a nap.
Mesopotamian demons.
I'm going to take a nap and have a chicken pesto sandwich. Ashley, what are you
We're going to
gonna
end on
do
this
after
Mesopotamian demon fact,
Are
I
we
guess.
really? We don't have
Aren't
to.
we?
We can if you want to. Do whatever we want. It's our stream. It's our
It is
name.
our stream. We have so much power.
That's right. And now that we don't have that fucking weak-willed Betts with his vibes,
Yeah.
I did too much judo. I think I can just tap out if it gets too much. Oh, I like Torgreed's perspective on that. That's very
Ooh,
good.
tapping out. Except, I don't know, you can get it confused with other actions.
Oh, I mean, if you're trying to tap out and you're like tapping hard on the bottom, you're like, come on, that's like no shit. People are going to get confused. I was
Yeah.
tapping out. I thought you were just spanking me. I thought you were doing my favorite thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I was just about Ashley. I assume that you are always you were wondering when you watched Jackass 3 and they had that giant hand, what that would
I
feel
didn't
like
watch
on.
Jackass 3.
I mean, it's a very fun, elaborate joke I just did that's not funny. Oh,
Okay.
priests.
Priests in ancient Mesopotamia had lists of demons and their respective rivalries. So if someone was being haunted by a particular demon, they would invoke one of their enemies. I actually did know that. I've heard that before, and it's excellent. And I think stuff like that kind of forms the basis for a lot of the like it comes up in like druidic practice and witch practice and stuff like that as well.
Here's my thing. The Druids and that sort of Celtic magic was very big in the 90s, along with alien shit there for a minute. And I'm waiting
Mhm.
for that to come back around, like how aliens are suddenly it's a renewed big thing in like the conspiracy underground. Is like aliens are behind QAnon is basically, and there's a bunch of interdimensional stuff going on. Conspiracy theories, by the way, are back to what I like them as, which is going, wow, you guys all need
Yeah.
something that isn't this, and it's pretty good stuff. But that's what I'm saying is, when is that sort of, so that we have the druid rituals being said, show about the druid detectives, you know what I mean? They're in London, they're in robes, they're out to fight crime.
Yeah, I think I don't know. What was the question? It felt like you were asking me a question, but I never really heard what it was.
There wasn't a question. It was a
Okay.
comment on how when do you think that that's going to come back to being part of like the niche fun thing again?
I don't know. I think it kind of already is. I think it's on its way back.
I mean, that guy did make that sweet Vikings film.
The Celtic film?
Yeah, that insane Celtic thing. Oh my god.
The Celtics.
Well, yeah, you came in so hot. It was fantastic. You were just like, we got to get this motherfucker.
That guy. Oh my god. And it was all just so wrong.
Because what I enjoy also is it's like it very much.
I must
felt like
check
you're
in on him actually. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna see what he's up to
stepping
now.
my yard. And bring you, like, that's what it felt like for you. You're like, you're in Ashley Manning's house now, sir.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I literally have a degree in this and you're wrong.
Yeah, you motherfucker. He's banned most of Ireland at this point. That's fantastic. Irish
He
Twitter.
hasn't banned
do
me
not-
though, which is quite fun. And I have tweeted him directly, so that's kind of fun.
Was it Terse? I feel like it was Terse.
Oh my
I feel like you
God.
came in hot.
What's
and heavy.
terse?
Like curt, very clipped.
Oh yes, yeah.
Fine.
I honestly thought terse was some sort of acronym for, like
Like a-
turf. I thought it was a word that I was missing out on in popular society. Hey, your mom's here.
Oh, hello. Big fan of the band.
Hi, Joanne.
Hylian pagan folk band. They got to be druids, right? I mean, I hope so.
I don't know them, but cool.
I now have to go do a self-tape for a wine commercial.
Really?
I was like, when you were like, oh, we can keep going. As soon as you have that, I'm like, I have something I need to do. There's one last thing I have to do today before I can like chill before my show. And then my commercial agent sent me an email reminding me of it. And it's like, oh, fuck yeah. Good.
Oh no, I understand that you have something else to do, but a wine commercial?
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't know either. I assume I'm just portraying dashing man number 1, wine enjoyer number 3. Oh, well, let's check it out.
Do you enjoy wine?
I like a crisp white wine from time to time. Let's see. Oh, can he open a bottle nicely?
Yeah.
Actually, he froze a little bit. So I just looked up after I was showing you how I
did
unscrew a bottle, and this is all I saw. And you were very displeased.
You have so got that job in the bag.
Thank you. Also, a surprise.
That is exactly how you're supposed to open wine.
Scared the shit out of me when this actually poured into the glass. That scared the absolute shit out of me. I thought this was empty. Oh my lord! Oh, there's so much in here too. Still, holy jumping, eh?
Oh,
real loosey goosey program.
This has been a very soft program, I think.
What does that mean? Did you not had a nice time?
I've had a lovely time.
Okay, good. That's all.
It's just
that's
not
all
been,
That's right. We're moving into a new phase. It's loose and flowing. It's also, I'm wearing a hoodie, and it is very much not hoodie weather. And I feel that,
I think
if anything,
it's you're stoned in the daytime.
also part of it. But I'm adding the other layers on top of.
Uh-huh.
You're here too, by the way. I'm not going to shoulder the whole burden for the show's speed, madam. How dare you? This is
But you usually are the speed. You're always talking over me.
I choose to take that as a
I'm used to that pace now.
I used to take that as a compliment. I am trying to talk over you less, by the way. It's very hard. I want to get my opinion out. You know what I mean? You just gotta go.
I see it. I see when you're like biting your tongue for a beat. I can visibly see you letting me finish.
It's because I never ever am watching Chris's screen when he's talking. I'm just like, I will interrupt this fucking bearded loser as much as I want. I'm like, because I think I always hit yours like hard. Him, I get like the end of the last syllable of the last word. Yours, I always mistime it. And it's always like smack bang in an interesting sentence. Like it's like, oh, actually, don't say anything here. This is actually good. And like, oh no, why? Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. But we turn it into content, which is like learning from our mistakes. It's like, but isn't. I want you all to have a chill day. I'm going to go do this wine commercial. I assume I'll also be chill in that. And then I'm going to go lay in the grass. Explain to me why you're laughing right now. Explain to me.
I don't want to.
I think you have to, or I will badger you on Discord afterwards.
I feel like other people watching the show probably laughed at the same time.
Why? Is it because of my cool head shake and showing off the cheekbones Zoolander moves?
It's exactly because of that.
Is it actually that?
Sort of. It was the whole experience of what just happened.
Explain why you're laughing right now.
I don't think I can explain, and I also don't want to because it's funny.
Well, I just want you to know right now. Just guess who gets to be the star of my next 2 hours of thinking? Right there. This is going to be me thinking about it. Be like, well, what happened? Oh,
why did you laugh? It was just you had this whole like plan, and then you just went, and then I'm gonna go lay in the grass.
Doesn't it sound nice?
It sounded like it was going somewhere, and then it just didn't. Didn't.
If I could figure out how to plan this sort of stuff, I feel like my comedy would hit the real next level. This is what it needs. Yeah, I become one of those a successful drug addict. Oh, that never ends well. Then I will be on heroin. I'd be like, oh, I need something for this new hour. Time to do heroin.
Yeah. I am going to go and cut up a watermelon and a melon.
Like, is this you're trying to find something optimistic to tell your therapist?
No, it's me trying to make my lunch for tomorrow.
Oh, what a fun lunch.
I'm gonna make like a little fruit salad, and then I have either curry or ratatouille for my lunch.
Oh, what a fun, balanced, delicious little treat for yourself. Also, when people always go to restaurants for every lunch, do you always feel smug because you're like, saving my money, you jerks?
I'm smug because I'm saving my money and because I know that my food is class. Like,
It's always really
and
good.
people always like smell my food and they're like, what are you eating? It smells so good. And I'm
There
like,
is-
yeah, you've got a sandwich in a cardboard box, and I'm aware of it, and I know it makes me sound so kind of privileged or like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Snobby.
Snobby, but I am a food snob so much.
Must feel good.
It does
It's a
sometimes.
great thing to be snobby about too, because you are
Mm.
always right. Like that's the thing with it, is you are right.
Yeah.
And no one tells you. It's like, no. Like food snobs nail it. Almost when they were like, enough with the bacon, I was like, thank you. Someone said what I've been thinking this entire time. I'm just not
Yeah.
ready. I'm snobby about enough things. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm such a food snob, and it makes me sound so. I sound like an arsehole so much of the time, and but
Alright.
I try and not sound like an arsehole and sound condescending and everything, but I think it comes from as well. Like I'm very privileged that I grew up in a family that cooked a lot.
I want you to. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to wrap up quickly.
No.
if that's what you're getting at.
I want you to formulate a thing for everyone, which is what will be our raid message. I want you to be your top cooking tip, but that's tough because it needs to be snappy. I want you to I want this story to crest into the top cooking tip. That's why I need
Okay.
there was a method to my
Okay.
interruption.
Okay. Yep. I'll get to that. I already know what it is. So, I'm privileged that I've grown up in a family that cooks a lot of food. My whole family cooks. We love food. We talk about food. It's something that we really bond over and love. But also, I think because I've had so much digestion issues and I'm so reactive to what I eat, like I know when I'm eating something if it's going to give me the shits. Like, I'm so sensitive to what I'm eating that it means a lot for me to have so much control over my food, And one of the things that I really can't stand is people saying like, it's a very privileged thing to say, oh, you're a fussy eater, because you've not had, like, I'm fussy because it literally can ruin my day if I eat what you're putting in front of me.
This is what I can say is fussy denotes there's no reason. You're like, it's one of the things like a food being like someone with a food allergy is fussy. It's like, no, they have to choose life. They can't just be like, roll the dice. It's the same thing. You can't call a vegan fussy because morally they are superior to us.
Yeah.
Just fuck it.
But it's something that I've been told my whole life is, oh, I'm a fussy eater. And it's so dismissive, and I just find it really, really rude. Like, let people have control over what they put in their body. Even if it is just that they don't like something, what does it matter to you?
Yeah, jerk.
Like, I find it so rude. I find it so rude. Hi, Edinburgh's nicest boy. John's fingers got really close there and seemed almost like they were going to come out of your teeth. Have you got a full screen? Ooh.
What?
I
want you to know.
So my top cooking tip
is, in terms of stories,
Uh-huh.
it is such a familiar topic you landed on, and yet I had no idea that was coming. Can I just say, top-notch content. That is premium, grade A, 10 stars.
What part is special?
I am so good with eating at food. I know when, like, literally one morsel, I'm having the shits.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic stuff. Also, Morph coming in. You're presuming having the squirts is a bad thing. Isn't that discrimination towards soft poo? Depends on the event. Depends on what she's wearing.
Let me be specific.
Oh,
If I feel like I need to go and it's not happening, I know what to eat. I will eat something to make myself get the shits.
sometimes I think, is it worth doing this show 5 days a week? And then you know what happens? You bring shit. And let me just say this right now, coming in from Stop Samja Time, coconut, for example. If it's coconut, that's is coconut one of the things that gives you the shit?
No. I think coconut is the
Oh,
safe
no.
word.
Oh, I know. But it was also would be an amazing callback if that was one of the things. Oh my God.
Coconut's not one. Mostly, if it's something with chocolate, it can pretty much get the ball rolling.
I mean, your life is
It's not necessarily going to give me full on diarrhea, but if I'm feeling a bit blocked up, like
Just
it will
revs it
make
up?
things move. Yeah.
You're a winner. You
Am
bring
I
it.
though?
Yes. Well, no, I'm a winner. 'cause
Think
I'm-
about the story from earlier. Am I a winner?
Yes. I stand by it. There's so many things you've done that involve winning. And also the amount of people in the future you're definitely going to vengefully take shits on. That's what I see you heading towards. There he is.
3 days. I'm 3 days into working in schools. I have had diarrhea on 2 of those days in the school.
Amazing. You are really going to be able to win some arguments. We'll just someone following you into the bathroom and you just making the decision. You're going to hear me shit, bud.
I just have to not do the Greg Davis thing.
Be very
Have you
tall.
heard that story?
Where
Have you
beat
heard Greg
up-
Davis' story of when he worked in a school for hearing impaired students?
No, I have not. but I assume it is.
Oh, highly recommend listening to that story. It is excellent.
Oh my God.
I don't think we have time for it right now for me to play you it, but you know what? We should do that on the next show tomorrow night.
I will not watch it. We'll watch it straight off the top. Just have it ready and we'll watch it straight off the top.
Yeah.
Please remember, I will watch it straight. I won't even look at it.
Okay.
It'll be great.
I'm gonna write it down right now.
Go on. And also chat, please remember. Also, who in the chat? Who would we like to raid? People in the chat. Give us someone to
For
raid.
the intro.
And
Is
Ashley, what is
Fox
your
comedy still going? We did say we were gonna do that.
top cooking tip?
My top cooking tip.
That is our raid message.
My top. Have you ever had your stomach enzyme tested for H. pylori that causes ulcers? Funny you should ask. I have had a H. pylori infection, give me gastritis and a hiatus hernia. There you go. Is Fox on late tonight? I don't see him. Where is he?
He's not on late. I think he's going to be on later. Ooh, Rick Carranza is online.
We also have JJ. We haven't rated JJ in quite a while.
Let's raid JJ. What is your top cooking tip?
My top cooking tip is you can never have enough vegetables.
I mean, that is really something.
If you are reading a recipe and it has like this amount of vegetables, add 2 more at least. Any 2 vegetables that you like, put more in. Never enough vegetables.
Never enough vegetables. I can't believe that worked as a raid message. Very good job. So let's raid JJ. Never enough vegetables. Are you
lining up the raid or will I?
Can you light up the raid and I'll line up the end video?
Indeed.
This is lovely. I'm gonna eat a quick sandwich, do this thing, have a nap. Maybe lie in the grass, then have a nap. It's gonna be a big time. Ashley, as always, it's a pleasure. Double the veg, triple the lube coming in from Morph 100. Save it for tomorrow.
Double the veg, triple the lube. That's really funny. But no, never enough vegetables.
Never enough vegetables. And also, never enough of this old woman's video. Ladies and gentlemen, a low-key stream from low-key stoner John Hastings and friend Ashley Manning. Save it for tomorrow. Save that one too. Save that one. All right, let's see you tomorrow. Bye.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all. That's all. And that's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes